brother Jiray or Jirai, you better correct me. Come correct and correct me on that. Tell me about your road to cannabis.
Hey man, no, you said it right. It's Jure. I'm out here in the East Coast of the United States. So I'm actually in Connecticut. My first experience with cannabis was actually when I was in seventh grade. I, smoked a blunt, and I really enjoyed. I was able to be present because at the time I had a lot of undealt with. I had undiagnosed depression and anxiety, as well as PTSD. um, and it really helped me come back into the moment. And I didn't, as a kid, I didn't really understand that just because I was told my entire life by people around me that weed's bad. It's not something that can help you. So I was very confused, and um, I continued. I steered away from it just due to that from a young age. Um, and as I entered high school, I began, experiencing really bad depression, and just isolating myself, and I ended up abusing prescription pills. My drug of choice was Xanax, as well as promethazine, or lean, quote unquote, which some young people call it. um, and I was lucky enough to be able to get out of that headspace and understand, to know that I don't deserve that. Um, and I equate me getting off those hard substances with the use of cannabis, and meditating and therapy and all of that. But I don't think I would be here today without without cannabis, because I was not I wasn't taking, I wasn't doing healthy things. That's all. I mean, I was taking a lot of pills, and drinking a lot of lean, and it's just, if you know anything about those two things, it's not good for your body. And I was 14 at the time, so it's not it's not best. So when I finally got into cannabis, it was like, wow, this is something that makes me feel okay, and it's not going to kill me, because I was abusing those substances, and I really never even considered it to guide my life until I really found the first cannabis room on Green Room, because I was introduced to so many different people who were doing so many different things from around the world, like, you know, you, Casey, and Corey. And I was like, I never really even imagined myself doing something with cannabis, because I was always told that, it was illegal. And, it recently just got legal where I am, Connecticut. So, I mean, I was,
Woo!
hell yeah. And I was thankful for this room, that it was, able to provide me more of an insight, and gave me more of like a kind of like clear glasses kind of effect. Like, oh, I don't have to just be here. I can do whatever. Like, there's so much more to this plant than just, consuming it. As much as I love consuming it for my own personal and medicinal reasons,
Preach.
it's just, there's so much more to it than people think, from, at least from my subjective experiences. So this space has definitely provided me with a safe space, and a way to articulate certain things I wouldn't be able to articulate in my normal life.
Oh, amen. I feel that. Like, being able to just talk openly about cannabis with y'all has been freeing in ways I wasn't expecting the last 2 weeks. I've been here since day one. Came in and was just like, oh, wow. And then never left. Well, I mean, I left periodically, but then the amount of time I was spending in this room just kept being more and more and more, to the point where, like, I got to turn you guys off. Like, you were kind of like a nighttime chat box for you, but then Issy would join in from the Philippines, and Gabby from Florida, and they get crazy deep. And I'm like, man, I love a good deep conversation. Y'all were talking sacred geometry and sacred numbers the other night. It was just like, oh man, I can't go to sleep. Like, I got to turn you guys off, just go to sleep, because the conversations in this room are so diverse and keep coming back to cannabis. But business, just it's all over the place. If you're not getting what's going on in the first cannabis room on Green Room, It's because you haven't spent enough time in there to understand and listen, because we don't learn without listening. Otherwise we're just talking over each other and talking to each other, right? So flash your mic there, Angel, if you're ready. Brother Damien.